How's it going, everyone? My name is Roger.
And I'm Mayra. Welcome to Aaron Travel.
So in this video, we're going to talk about the best locations to visit in Miami, Florida. If you're into beautiful beaches, some different cultures, and some unique spots, this is the video for you.
All right, let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna get started with one of the most famous beach in Miami, and that is South Beach, and it's also one of my favorite ones. So to get here, if you're driving, the parking cost is it ranges from $10 to $30 per day, and then you're gonna head to South Beach. You're gonna pass through the Ocean Drive, and if you've seen Miami movies, most likely you've seen this street. It's a famous one. And we like this beach for several reasons. One of them is because it's a long stretch. Also because the water is the bluest that you're gonna see in South Florida, and it's warm. And I like the lifeguard towers because they're really colorful and perfect for taking pictures.
Yeah, and if you we usually bring our own umbrella, food, things like that, but they also rent out umbrellas and chairs and stuff. So the next beach you definitely should visit is the Florida Cape Lighthouse. It costs $8 to enter this location. There's a lighthouse there that was built in 1825. Depending on what time you go, if it's open, you could go up top, and on top of the lighthouse you could see a view of the city from there. You could see the beach and the surrounding areas. This lighthouse was built around 1825. There's also a separate section there that shows you a little bit of history about the lighthouse and that location. And this is a beautiful place for family, good place to barbecue, and the water is also blue and nice and warm.
So we also visited Hobie Beach, and this is located on the other side of the bridge. This is another of our favorite ones too. So here the parking is free, and you're gonna find coconut trees. So if you have a hammock, definitely bring it with you. This is perfect for that. Here the water is crystal clear, it's shallow, perfect for children, and it's also dog friendly. And if you don't have food with you, you can find local vendors. They sell hot dogs, arepas, ice cream. And we like this beach because we usually bring our hammock, and we like to stay here to watch a beautiful sunset. So definitely stay there for the sunset if you're able to. So we recommend this beach.
So there's also the main beach in Virginia Keys. It's called Virginia Key Beach. So at this beach, it's also really family friendly. There's a lot of picnic tables and barbecue areas. There's also a lot of trails. You can do 10-minute trails or 30-minute trails. And in this location was where we got some tips on how to climb a coconut tree. And my life has never been the same after that.
Okay, and now we're gonna give you a little break from the beach, and we're gonna take you to Little Havana. So Little Havana, we went to the famous Calle Ocho, and in here you're gonna find Cuban restaurants, bakeries, coffee stands, and here is actually where I had my first Cuban coffee. They're really good, but they're pretty strong, so be careful if you're not used to drinking strong coffee. Here also we tasted the Cuban sandwiches. We usually go there in the mornings and have a Cuban sandwich, so we recommend that. And also the Cuban bread, it's really good, so we recommend you that. But if you're not a coffee drinker, you can also find coconuts, so just enjoy a coconut here and just walk around the Calle Ocho and enjoy the Cuban culture, and we like it.
Yeah, they also have a Walk of Fame, Latin Walk of Fame here, and that's the artist's names engraved on the ground, and yeah, it's pretty cool to see.
It's Calle Ocho.
Okay, so now let's talk about a neighborhood that's super fun. It's called Wynwood. This is one of those artsy neighborhoods. There's a lot of murals and street art all over the place. A lot of artists travel here to paint murals. There's also a museum called Wynwood Walls. They got a lot of interesting art in there. Parking here is around $10 to $15 per day or $3 per hour, but just make sure you wear a nice hat, some nice shoes, because it gets really hot here.
So now we're gonna take you to a 50-acre mansion from the 20th century, and this is called Vizcaya Gardens and Museums. So this used to be a mansion back in the 20th century owned by James Deering. And he used to be a businessman back in the day. This used to be the winter home, and so when you enter the house, the first floor, everything is amazing. The furniture, the walls, the art, it's just beautiful and amazing.
However, the outside is also really beautiful. They have this this one thing that they call the stone barge, and that's to protect, you know, from storms and things like that. But it was really creative. It's a separate area outside, really nice.
And also on the outside, you're gonna see the gardens. So the garden area has been restored with the years because of the different hurricanes that we have here in South Florida. But still, when we visited, it was beautiful. There is like it inspired on Italian art, so you can see like different statues around the garden, and it's just pretty. It's actually pretty big, so you can walk around. You can go to the casino or the place of gathering and just enjoy the walk in the gardens. I think for us the $18 was worth it.
Yeah, we noticed there was a pool also on the side. I wish they would let me swim in
yes.
It was beautiful. But yeah, it's nice. Okay, so now let's go shopping. Let's visit the Design District. This is where they have a lot of high-end brand clothing stores, things like Gucci, stuff like that. But it's also really artsy. You know, there's a lot to see here. There's live music, a lot of nice little cafes. Even the parking lot here is really unique. So it's one of those cool places to just spend a day and you know, walk around. But if you're into something more affordable, you should visit the Dolphin Mall. This is one of the biggest malls that I have visited. It has around 200, I think it's like 240 retailers, and it's pretty big and it's awesome.
We also recommend you to visit Little Haiti. It's only 5 minutes away from the district design. We went to the cultural center, and even though it was closed, it was still worth it to do mural hunting around the area. And of course, we were able to try some delicious Haitian food. So we recommended to go. We also got the chance to go to a bakery and taste a pineapple cake. So it was good.
Yeah, we also made a quick stop at the statue of Toussaint Lovertoure, and if you're not familiar with him, check out his documentary so you can have a better understanding of the Haitian history. Ça passe! Now let's talk about some nature walks. If you're into trails, visit the Cutler Trail in Coral Gables. This is a beautiful location. There's banyan trees all over the trail, pure nature.
And while we were doing the trail, we made a few stops. The first one was at the Ingraham and the Cartagena Park, and here you're gonna see the canal. And the day we visited, we actually saw 3 manatees, and it was just a beautiful experience.
It is an awesome place. There's also the Matherson Hammock Park. This location is also really beautiful, very picturesque. There's a lot of trees here. This is a beautiful location. Just remember to bring your nice shoes, you know, your walking shoes and a nice hat, and just make it a day here.
Okay, so when is the best time to visit Miami? And the best time is considered to be spring. Sometime between mid-February and May, because you're gonna catch the more sunny days. During the summer, that's when the water is the warmest, but the hurricane season starts on June 1st until November.
Yeah, so around that time, you know, just try to avoid it if you can. There's also a lot of rain around that time, close to that time. So and also you can come in winter, but winter the water's a little bit cooler, but you can still enjoy some beach days. All right, so now let's close the video off with a beautiful sunset and an awesome skate park for kids or grown kids like me.
So Harbor Park is actually located on North Miami. It's next to North Beach. It's next to each other, so you can enjoy that. So if you like skateboarding like Roger, there's that park, and there's also Lot 11 closer to Miami Beach.
Alright you guys, this concludes our Miami video. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit that like button.
And if you have any questions, let us know on the comments. You can also follow our journey on Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And that's it. See you in our next video.
See you next time.
Bye.